Right. Hello. Welcome to episode 64 of the ReptiChat podcast, your one-stop shop for reptiles, wildlife, and everything in between. First things first, I'm not in the studio. I can't get in the studio. It's far too much of a mess. So I'm in the kitchen with the reptiles today. Sound might be a little bit off, but I think it'll be fine. Right, let's go through some bits and bobs and then we can get into today's episode. So first thing is first, Patreon. Let me find that button to push. Patreon, you guys and girls are on screen now. As always, thank you very, very much for your continued support. It means a massive amount to me and helps the podcast run because unfortunately, the podcast is getting more and more and more expensive for some reason. So yeah, you guys are all absolute legends. If you want to know more, you can click on the link in the show notes below or go to www.patreon.com/ReptiChat where there's some information. I think there's a few free posts so you can get an idea of what's coming. And if you want to sign up, you can get a 7-day free trial and it starts starts at as little as £1 a month. So yeah, hopefully there's something on there for everybody. Not only that, you get early access and all sorts. It's worth having a look if you like what I'm putting out. So yeah, that's that. Next thing, today's video podcast sponsor. Right. Hello. Welcome. It's me, Ben, from the past, doing an advert. Pre-recorded it. It's going to be so much better than normal. So, as I am sure you are aware, today's video is sponsored by Bobby of Rango's Tats. For some reason, there seems to be a link between reptile keepers and people that have tattoos. I don't know where this love for ink and scales comes from, but the majority of reptile keepers have tattoos. And that is why Bobby of Rango's Tats has decided to support the pod for the next few months. Bobby is based over in Bishop Stortford, which is near Stansted Airport, at a studio called Obsidian Ink. I've actually got 3 tattoos from Bobby, and each and every one of them has blown my expectations out of the water. If you're a reptile keeper that likes tattoos, or a tattoo enthusiast that likes reptiles, head over Rango's Tats on Instagram, start your message with the word ReptiChat. Hopefully you've enjoyed my new advert. Back to the podcast. Enjoy. Amazing. My hair was really bad in that, but it's fine. Right, so today's episode, a little bit different from normal. I haven't got a guest. I haven't really got a plan. So I figured it's been, I don't know, a month since my last upload, podcast-wise, because we did the Morocco episode, and then I went to Morocco, and then I came back from Morocco, and then I was really ill, and now we're here. So, let's have a quick hello. We got Josh, got him early, got the wrong day. Yeah, that was, very early. Paul, we're cooking, but we're on. I asked him what's for dinner. Spag bowl. Good choice. Dan, early man. Thank you very much, early gang. Nice to see you. Right, let's get into the episode. So, what has been going on? Lots and lots, but also not that much. I guess we'll start with Morocco because that was where I left you last time. So, let's talk about Morocco. Dan, was that another Dan? Daniel, thank you very much for tuning in. Here's a Q&A episode as well, so if there are any questions, chuck them in. But let's talk about Morocco because I know a few people want to know what was going on, so I'm just going to talk you through the entire trip. If you want to see the video, I posted it yesterday. Go over to YouTube to click it out. So, Morocco. Shit show. Absolute nightmare. Unfortunately, but these things happen. It is what it is. So, we were due to fly out on Sunday. Myself, Mr. Paul's Monitors, Cookie, Wildlife with Cookie, Aiden, I don't know what Aiden's surname is. Aiden Beverton? Yes. And Aiden's friend Ben. Saturday, get some voice notes from Paul. Unfortunately, Paul is very poorly and Paul goes to hospital. So Paul didn't come to Morocco. Down to number 1. So my best friend in the world, not coming. So I was already like, oh, it's hard work. Thanks, Fee. Nice hat. Do you like the other one as well? I placed it just in the background. Also, I got this one as well with a grass snake on it. But this one's not going live, but you can win this one. I'll tell you how in a bit. So yeah, Paul didn't come to Morocco, so that was already number one. Paul and myself had got a hire car. Paul was driver number one, I was driver number two. So wake up Sunday morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, go Gatwick. It's all good. Say hello, meet everybody, say hello, we're all pretty good. Chatting, go to Wetherspoons, get breakfast, get on a plane. Nice, lovely flight, sun's up, beautiful views. And yeah, it was really, really good. Got there, got off the plane, sunny, glorious. Agadir Airport, beautiful. Clean, palm trees. It was like getting off somewhere like in the Caribbean. So I get out of the airport, which was really easy. Got bags, went to get a hire car. Can we have a hire car? No. They wouldn't give me a hire car because Paul's number one driver, I'm number two driver, and they wouldn't let number two driver have it. So that was great. So we had no hire car, so it was like 130 quid. They were just lost because there's nothing they could do. Luckily, Cookie and Ben had another hire. Well, Ben had another hire car that Cookie was driving on, so they picked us up. So it wasn't all bad, but sour taste number two. Oh. Sour taste number three. Right, I am very privileged. I'm aware of that. Live and love the UK. We complain about it all the time, but let's face it, it's a lovely place to be. Agadir. I don't know about whole Morocco, but Agadir, and specifically the bit in Agadir that I was in, shithole, right? And I say this, I don't want to be horrible and slag off an entire place because, you know, a different way of living. But it was a real culture shock to me. Like, massive culture shock. Like, there was just like dead stuff and rubbish and just, it wasn't nice. And it made me quite uncomfortable. I didn't feel particularly safe. So, going number three. It's going well. Only positive so far. Sunshine, heat was lovely. Let me just catch up with the comments quickly because we've got a few comments. Spartan Exotics, yo, thank you for tuning in. Fee, I prefer the one in the background. This is also my wife's favourite one. So this is the species Light and this is the species Bold. Both of them available 27th of April. Make sure you get your order in. Paul was in hospital. If I had a crying emotion, I would add that now. BBBF, best buddy boyfriend forever. Matt, sorry I'm late. It's okay, you're here now. I appreciate you. So yeah, right. Very untidy place. Not a fan. Like, I like being in the woods, and I'm quite happy getting dirty, but there's dirty, and then there's like excrement dirty. So not a fan. Already missed my bestie. Obviously, the three guys I'm going with, Cookie, Aidan, and Ben. Cookie I've never met personally. I've spoken to him on Instagram a lot. Obviously, he was on the podcast last year. I get on with Cookie really well. Aidan, I've been herping locally with him a few times. And Ben I've never met. So going to a place where you don't know anybody and it's all very weird and a few downers, it was hard going. I was already like, bloody hell. Airbnb, to be fair, was all right. It was cheap. So it was like £7 a night each. I think. Was it £7 a night each or £7 a night total? Either way, it was really cheap. I think it was £7 a night each. It was really cheap. So we got there. It's like this big walled off, gated community with a security guard on the front. If you Google what language I speak in Morocco, the answer is French and Arabic. So I've been doing my best to learn a bit of French. I had a few words. I got Google Translate Arabic on my phone. Get to the security guard. Does he speak a word of French? No. Does he speak a word of English? No. Does the Arabic translator work? It does, but he doesn't speak that type of Arabic, and I didn't realise there was more than one. So again, my fault, but real communication barrier, language barrier, made it more difficult. So eventually, anyway, showed him the booking, we got in, and we've got like car park, and then there's a block of flats, and a block of flats. Really tall, open, bit smelly, some vomit on the side as you go in. It was great. So we walked in, go up 3 flights of stairs, get to our room, our Airbnb, which has got this massive metal like security door. So you unlock that, and then you can unlock the front door. I was like, yeah, we're gonna get robbed in the middle of the night. Again, quite off-putting, But anyway, into the Airbnb. Airbnb is lovely. It's very clean, lovely bathroom. They even left us some drinks in the fridge and some bottles of water, which is great. 2 bedrooms, 2 single beds in each bedroom. They're all right. Bed's comfortable enough. It was fine. I actually, to be fair, for the money, the Airbnb was spot on. I have no complaints about the Airbnb. So we dropped our stuff off and headed straight out pretty much. Cameras on. How was the pub? What pub? What pub, Dan? What are you talking about? So we dropped our stuff off at the Airbnb and then grabbed the camera gear and we were straight out herping. So we went to the shop, which was whatever closest one we find on Google, so we could find a bottle of water and some snacks and stuff just to keep us going because we arrived at like 11:30. By the time it was probably 1 o'clock. Grabbed our water, grabbed our snacks. The shop was mad as well, to be fair. Like, there was no prices on anything. And it was normally you go and you can sort of work out what stuff is, even if you don't speak the language. And like, even the packaging on it, I literally had no idea what I was looking at for the majority of stuff. So I ended up with a big bottle of water and some Pringles because that's all I could recognise. They were right. It's fine. They were nice. There were lots of different Pringles. And so in the car, headed like an hour and a half down to the Susmassa National Park, which was our first spot, relatively local. The drive there was very interesting. The roads aren't really roads, to be fair. They were just like tracks with giant potholes and manhole covers missing. And if you've ever watched Top Gear driving through India, that's what it was like. I'm glad I wasn't driving. I felt bad for Cookie, but it's fine. So you get to Susmassa National Park, get out of the car, and we are like, the wind is mad. So it's right on the coast in this sort of valley. Beautiful place, to be fair, this bit. Really nice, but super windy. I was in my shorts and t-shirt, had a hoodie. It was hot enough I didn't need it. It was so windy, it was so sandy. I was getting like sandblasted. It was quite uncomfortable. When we got out of the car, this random geezer approaches us. I'm a guide. Okay, mate. Sure you are. There's one thing I haven't mentioned so far. There's a lot of begging. And it's a lot of like, aggressive begging. Like as soon as we got to the airport, give me money all the time. Not nice. But anyway, this geezer comes over. Aiden starts chatting to him. Turns out he is quite a good guy. He shows us on his Instagram. He's mainly a bird guide, but he reckons he can take us to the spot for what was he going to take us for? I don't know, vipers of some description. Can't remember. Paul, at least he spoke English. He does speak English, and he's quite a nice bloke, to be fair. I follow him on Instagram still. But yeah, he spoke a bit of English, and he was like, "Yep, I'll take you to the Vipers." So he jumps in the front of the car. Bearing in mind that myself, Ben, and Cookie hadn't really spoken to him, just Aiden. So we were like, "Who's this random geezer in the car?" Takes us up this like dirt track through this tiny little village, up to this remote mountain top, which again was very pretty. It was like, "Yep, leave the car here, come with me." And as you walk in, there's like dead thing, skeleton, dead thing, skull, skeleton. And you walk into this proper dodgy looking, like old fallen down brick shack. I'm like, we might get murdered. We didn't get murdered. So anyway, that's a me thing. I just don't trust people. So we got there, we had a look around, flipping as many rocks as we could find, which there's literally like the whole place is just rocks. So you're trying to flip everything, but it's impossible to flip everyone. We found a little tiny Harris gecko. Very cool. Never seen one of them before. Tiny little thing, like the size of the morning geckos. Really, really small, but really, really pretty. Found that. Found 2 different scorpions. I can't remember off the top of my head what they are, but like a quite decent size one, like this sort of size. Like yellowy scorpion, and then a tiny, tiny little one, like fingernail size. Yellow and black one, which were cool. I have identified them, and if you watch the Morocco video, I've put the names on now of what they are, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So yeah, we were up there for like, I don't know, 2-3 hours, and so far we've turned up 1 Harris gecko and 2 scorpions in this spot where the man told us, oh, there's definitely vipers. We find them all the time. There's loads of them. Bearing in mind we're getting pebble dash and sandblasted constantly, and we're tired because I've been up since 3 o'clock. I'm starting to feel a bit under the weather, but I was like, I'm just tired, I'm probably hungry. So we carry on.
we're looking for like wells and systems and stuff. And we don't find any. He tells us there are out there, but we never come across any. But we did find this bloody great hole in the floor, and this hole in the floor was grim. So it's obviously where the locals just bury their rubbish, I guess. So this thing was like just shitty nappies, dead things again. There's dead things everywhere, but there's like a complete sheep skeleton where obviously fallen in the hole and they just left it. Loads of dead stuff. But Mohammed, the guide, and Aidan, straight in this hole, bang. Moorish gecko, really cool. Held it for a few seconds, and then let it go because bang, Aidan found a snake. First snake of the trip. Whoa, awesome. And it was a horseshoe whip snake, decent size, probably like 4.5, maybe 5 foot. Quite slender, really bitey. Aidan helped pass it up to me. I was holding it, and like it was just boom, trying to get me. It was cool. It was nice to have a wild snake in a different country, a different continent. Got some pictures of that. And then Mohammed was like, "Yep, I'll show you some more holes, and we'll find some more stuff." We probably did another hour and a half. Didn't find any holes. Didn't find any stuff. So I went back to the car, and then he wanted paying, obviously, because he's a guide. How much? Well, I don't know. You just pay me. So Aidan said to him, "Okay, do you want 200 or 400 dirham?" What a stupid question. 400 dirham it is. So that's like 35 quid, roughly, 35, 40 quid. To basically show us nothing, really. We were going that way anyway. But anyway, the man was nice enough. So yeah, that was that. We drove an hour and a half back. Actually, hold that thought. The snake. Right. This is one of the reasons. This was a big ick for me. But I don't know how it works in the rest of the world, and I'm not. There's no shade, right? I say I'm going to put it on the internet so everybody can hear because I keep getting asked. But I have no bad blood towards anybody that I was on the trip with, but there were some clash of personalities and just things I didn't like. So obviously, Aidan and Ben have been herping abroad with Explore Herpetology, with Rupert's Reptiles, a lot. They've been to Philippines and America and done this and that and that. They've got a lot of experience. I do not. I go and find adders locally and flip some tins and find grass snakes. So different worlds. I'm gonna sneeze. Might sneeze. Hang on. Excuse me. Oh dear, hay fever's nightmare. So I thought when we find the snake, we'll take some pictures, take some videos, let the snake go. That wasn't the case. We found the snake. I took my pictures and videos, and Aidan decided that he wanted to bag it because he wanted to take some pictures in a bit. Once he found a slightly more suitable setting where he could pose it, and he likes to use artificial lighting, so flashes and stuff. So he wanted it a bit darker because it was like bright sunshine. I don't want to argue because it's day one. I don't understand how things work in the herping world. I don't want to be a dick. So we put the snake in a bag, and then we kept hold of the snake. We took it back to the Airbnb. We went to McDonald's and got McDonald's, which I'll come back to in a minute because everybody likes to know about McDonald's. And yeah, we probably held on to this snake for 5-6 hours in this bag. And then when we went back out after dinner, he finally found a spot, which wasn't the same spot that we found the snake. It wasn't far from it, but that's where we decided to release it, or they decided to release it. So he then spent, I don't know, hour or so taking photos of the snake, which has obviously already been in the bag. I didn't like that. It didn't sit very well with me. Apparently, that's how they do herping photography sometimes. But yeah, not my sort of thing. Oh, we've got a new person. Who we got? Guy McGilligan. Guy comes from work. What is my favourite snake? I don't know. I don't think I have a favourite snake, to be honest, mate. And we've got Dave as well, who's Guy's brother, who I used to work with. Can I tell you about the King Cobra? It's the king of cobras. There you go. Right. I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, so we held the snake for much longer in a bag than I would like to. Really, I was quite happy to get hands on, snap for 15 minutes, max, and then let it go. If it's getting stressed, let it go. I didn't like the holding on to it for ages. Didn't sit well with me, and also didn't sit very well with Cookie. I'm also still feeling pretty unwell. More unwell than I was earlier, but I was like, maybe I'm just knackered. It is what it is. Back to McDonald's quickly. McDonald's in Morocco, better than McDonald's in Holland, I'll tell you that much. They got different stuff. So they still had your, I don't know, Big Macs? I don't know. What did I have? I had a chicken burger of some description, but it was massive. It was like a big, tasty sized chicken burger. One bad. They had these tiny little cheese Gouda bites, which were like tiny little envelopes of cheese. They were very nice. And they had waffle fries, and the waffle fries were very nice. Would recommend Moroccan McDonald's. Anyway, so after we'd released the snake, we did a bit of herping at dark. So head torches on. And, well, I can't turn it off now. Oh, dear. There we go. I'm blind. So, yeah, head torches on, and we went to a different spot, which was like 2 hours from the Airbnb. We got there about 10-ish. And we just parked on this random road, did a bit of wandering to see what we could find. And we didn't turn up a lot, but we did turn up three more Moorish geckos and a Harris gecko, and that was it. And we were probably there for another 4 hours or so. So it takes us around to about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning-ish. By this time, I'm feeling proper poo. And Cookie's also flagging. Cookie's not really enjoying himself very much. There's a bit of clash of personalities between Aiden and Cookie as well. Whether that's an age thing or an experience thing or just a people thing, it happens. So yeah, 2 hour drive back, get back to Airbnb, whatever time it is. Everyone goes straight to bed. But whilst we're there, it's Ramadan. So obviously the local people, they don't eat during the day. They go to work. It's all pretty quiet. And we've been out in the desert. We come back at night time. They all come out and they're eating, and it's fine. It's their religion, it's culture. I have no problem with it. But I was knackered. I went to bed, and the windows are thin, and it's like so loud. Couldn't hardly get any sleep. So by the time I did nod off, it was pretty much time to wake up again. I woke up at like 7-ish. Had a message from Cookie. He was feeling pretty rubbish. Wasn't really feeling the trip. Was struggling quite a lot just with people and a bit of everything, really. It was his first hiking trip, and a lot of things didn't sit very well with him, same as me. So I woke up, was feeling pretty much the same as Cookie, and I felt rough. Felt proper, like, fluey. So Cookie and I decided that we were going to just end the trip there and head home, which obviously put a bit down on it because I've been really looking forward to this. Spent not a lot of money, but I spent money on it. And I knew I was going to lose that money, but it's fine. I decided that I was feeling really shit and I wanted to go home. And I'm glad I did because we went to the airport. We spent like a few hours in the airport, obviously flew home. On the plane home, I thought I was going to pass out because I felt that ill. Got to the car, drove home, went to bed, and then I proceeded to stay in bed for the next 6 days with a horrible, horrible flu. So I'm glad I made the decision to come home because I'd much rather be ill here in bed where everything's easy to get to. I know everything and I can come down and make a cup of tea and like home comforts. Nobody wants to be ill in a foreign country and stuff. So yeah, it was the right decision. Excuse me. Now there is a bit of bad blood from Aiden and Ben towards me and towards Cookie, unfortunately. Like I said, I have no bad feelings towards anybody. Like, I'm a 32-year-old man. I felt like crap. I decided to go home. It is what it is. I'm not pointing fingers. If certain people had done things the way they said they were going to do, it wouldn't have caused any issues for Aiden and Ben with the cars and stuff, but I'm not going to go into that. It's fine. There was a few booking errors. Not errors. People said they were going to book stuff. They didn't book stuff. It's what it is. So Cookie and I left. Cookie and I also gave them some money to cover any, public transport, or if they want to get another car or whatever. Because we didn't want to leave them. We didn't want to ruin their trip, but equally, I didn't want to be on the trip anymore. So that's pretty much what happened. That is Morocco. I think that sums it up. Are there any questions, I guess? Yeah, the worst bit. And Paul never even came. Rubbish. So basically, it's all Paul's fault. So yeah, that was that. I'm glad I came home because I was really, really ill, and it would have been even worse in Morocco. But I did manage to make a little video out of it. Obviously, the video I uploaded yesterday, it's only like 4.5 minutes long, which is a real shame because I put loads of thought into the video. I'd done like storyboards. I'd planned out a script. I'd like worked out all the shots, and it was going to be really good. And actually, if you watch the video, you can see the content I had filmed was like a few like levels up from what I normally produce. So yeah, I was a bit gutted that the video wasn't what I wanted it to be or what I imagined it to be, but I've had good feedback and people are enjoying it. So although it's short, because obviously I wasn't there to film anymore, it was good. It was all right. Let's go through some comments quickly because a few come through. Paul dodged a bullet there. Did he dodge a bullet? I think Paul gave me the illness, but no, Paul definitely dodged a bullet. He was really ill as well, to be fair, Paul bloke, and he was just as gutted that he couldn't come as I was gutted that he couldn't make it as well. So, where are we herping next? Local. There's a nice little nature reserve 5 minutes down the road of my house. Let's go there and find some frogs. And there is always the next one for you. That is true. We don't know where we're going next. Rip Paul. We'll cry. So yeah, that pretty much sums up Morocco. There's not really anything else to talk about Morocco-wise. Tis what it is. So let's move on to the next thing. Species. If you've been living under a rock, when did I launch? Beginning of the year? I don't know exactly. I launched Species Clothing, where.species on Instagram. This is the first drop. We've got Adder. We've got t-shirts. This is a bold, which is this logo. And there's also light, which is this logo. There's grass snake design and adder design, or you can just have the plain, it's like bold, light, with blank backs. It went really well. First drop went amazing. Everybody that bought something, thank you very much. I sold like 50 plus items, which was sick. Let me come back to that comment in a minute. So yeah, really, really good, massive support. So I'm launching the next pre-order on the 27th of April. No new clothing, same clothing. There might be a few little tweaks for some of the content creators. I know Riddler was thinking about changing some of his designs. You have to look on the website for that. But what I do have is 5-panel caps. These are sick. I'm really, really happy with these. I've been wearing mine since I got it done. So we've got a DTF print on the front, nice flat cap, and in the back it's got like a webbing latch as opposed to like a snapback. So it's adjustable. I think it pops out. Oh yeah, you have to push the button. It pops apart. You can adjust it. They're really, really comfy. So yeah, these are going live. They are £15, I think. Yeah, 15 quid. And I also, if they're here in time, I have got some samples. I have got, hang on a second. If you're listening on Spotify, you're missing out. But we have got, I can unpack so much packaging. So much packaging. So much packaging. Not only hats on the spring drop, but we have also got Species sunglasses coming. Right, so these are, that's my hat, and I'll take my hat off. My glasses off, and I can't see. So we have got, what are these? These are blue with black frames, sunglasses. They're going to have the Species logo here. So it'll be this bold logo on the sides. So blue, reflective, black frames. Red mirrored, black frames. Again, Species logos. Oh, and then we've also got the blacks. Black lenses, black frames, Species logo. So these are going to be sick. Hopefully they'll be on the website as well by the time I do the pre-order. And they are going to be hopefully around £9.99, 10 quid ish. I need to work out exactly the price, but yeah, really, really happy with those. So if you missed a t-shirt or you didn't have enough like cash or whatever to get a t-shirt last time, or there was more than one design that you wanted, now's your chance to get another one. And also, whilst you're there, grab a hat, grab some sunglasses. The door was only closed because that's my had to tell you. It's fine. My wife's come to join me. Say hi.
Hi.
You're live on the internet.
Hi, internet.
She doesn't want to be live on the internet. So yeah, right. Comments. What we got? Could you do a collab with Paul and put some pictures of his monitors on a t-shirt? Yes, that already exists. Paul got some really cool artwork made up. I don't know when he got it made up, but he had some artwork made up. And if you want to buy a Paul's Monitors t-shirt, they come in black and they come in Paul's Monitors burgundy, and you can get them with Kermit or with Mango on the back, or you can get. There's another one. I can't remember what the other one is. Mango Monitor picture, but yeah, they're available. They will be available to buy from the 27th, but you can go on the website now and have a look at them. Website is, I think, in the show notes. Dan says, I live in my hoodies. Me too. I literally like this and the Species t-shirts and the hat. I need to get socks and shorts next, so then I can have a full outfit. What? Why did you look at me like that?
Nerd.
Why am I a nerd?
Socks and
What's wrong with socks?
Gonna put them on pants next.
Do people want Species pants? I'll do it. We'll get Calvin's, but we'll get rid of the Calvin Klein. We'll just put Species around it. I'd wear them. Yeah, Mango and Kermit are over there, thank you. They make good t-shirts to sleep in. Thanks, Fee. They also make good t-shirts to wear out in public. If you see someone wearing a Species t-shirt, take a snap, hashtag Species in the wild. I want to see it. No Species are this. Paul's wearing his Adder one now. Fee says, ooh, swanky. I think that's in regards to the sunnies. So yes, they are lovely. And Paul said he wears Species pants. Watch this space. Maybe make a croc thing. Oh, I want gibbets, but I don't. Right, I'll add it to my list of stuff because I've got so many things I want to make and I can't do everything at once. But gibbets are a shout, Fee. Gibbets are a shout. So yeah, that's Species, I guess. It's busy, but it's good. I'm liking it. I want to change the website. I don't really like the website. It works. It's perfectly functional. But I'm using Squarespace at the moment, and I'm tempted to change to Shopify because I think Squarespace works more for like digital content creators, whereas Shopify works a bit better for physical products. So I might build a new website for that. What is the website? The website is www.wherespecies.co.uk. Or you can go to Instagram, which is @where.species. Or go to ReptiChat because I share everything that Species posts. But yeah, I'll make sure I put it in the show notes below as well. But it's definitely worth a look. So that is Species. Oh, giveaway. Hang about. This is a one-off. So this is a Species 5-panel cap that I got made as a sample, and it has the grass snake design on it. I was going to originally do that one, and this with the adder, but once they came in, although I really like them, I decided against it. Excuse the dogs. I'm just going to do these two. So if you want to win this, which is a one-off, and I'm never going to do this ever again, when the Species pre-order goes live, go on the website, buy yourself something, buy it as long as it's a physical product, and you automatically get entered to win a mystery t-shirt, the hat, or a sticker pack. So there's a few different prizes. If you're on Patreon, you also get double entries. So if you place an order, you get 2 entries. So another reason to go to Patreon. So yeah, that's the giveaway. Mystery t-shirt. I don't know what it's going to be yet. It's a mystery. So yeah, exciting stuff. 27th of April. Questions. Let's have a look. What's next? What is the plan this year for ReptiChat? That is a very good question. Very good question indeed. And to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. So I was going to ask the people what the people want. So I've been doing the podcast for 2 years now. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy doing the podcast when I'm doing the podcast. Finding guests, that might be noisy. My wife's just taking the dogs out for a walk. Bear with a sec. Let's just let the dogs out. You got all three? Have fun. Love you. What's the plan with ReptiChat? So, when I'm sat here doing the pod, I'm really enjoying it. What I'm struggling with at the moment is finding inspiration for guests. When I first started the pod, I had like a list of guests that I wanted on, and the ones that I wanted that have come on, and I've enjoyed it, and it's been great. But I'm struggling with finding new guests, mainly because my Instagram's not pushing anything new to me. But yeah, it's difficult. So if there are any guests that you want on the podcast, let me know. Because I seem to be finding myself doing a lot of solo Saturdays, or like Paul's coming on a lot, which is fine. I enjoy doing that, but we like to hear people. Originally, when I started the pod, it was like a sit down. What animals are you keeping? How do you keep? Blah 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 blah. That sort of stuff. I think it's evolved into more of like a storytelling. So, and it's not just reptiles anymore either. It's all animals, and that's a transition that I am actively moving away, not away from reptiles, but expanding, because I love reptiles. I love everything about reptiles, but I also like mammals. I also like birds. I also like bugs. I also like amphibians. So I want all the stuff. So like we had Emma and Robion from the Biome Project podcast, and they talk about rewilding and bison and storks. I love that stuff. So yeah, guests are going to expand not just reptile keepers or reptile people, but animal people as a whole. I really enjoy it. Also, the vlogs. It's summer again. I did the same last year. In the warmer months, I'm happy to vlog because I can get out. I can go herping. I can do projects that I'm going to talk about in a minute. I can go and do room tours. I can do that in the winter, but in the warmer months, it's very easy to get out with the camera and film stuff and make a cool video. In the winter, it's rubbish. Winter, like you can go herping, but it's a big old flop. I don't want to be doing any projects in the garden because it's cold, it's rainy, it's dark at 4 o'clock, so I can't go out in the evenings. So this time of year, from now, probably all the way through until September, October, there'll be at least a video a month. Since Feb, I've done the herping video, so we've had herping in February, herping March, and herping April is on the way. And I love those. So even if I put out one herping video a month, that's cool, something else, and I enjoy doing it. The next few weeks / months, I am working on a project in the garden, so that will also be vlogs. So there's lots more stuff coming. Yeah, that's the plan for ReptiChat. I haven't really got a plan. We'll just keep doing what we're doing. We'll do some vlogs. We'll promote some cool t-shirts and hats and that sort of stuff. Let's see what's this one. Paul is talking. I like my little Instagram story today. Being a streamer could be an option. I enjoyed your Instagram story as well. I thought it was very entertaining. I wouldn't say it was little, and Fee would agree with me. It was like a Riddler Reptiles Instagram story. Being a streamer could be an option. Are you streaming herping? Because that would be cool. The only downside I can see is normally you're in the middle of nowhere when you're herping and signal's a bit. But if you've got good signal, that would be good. I'd enjoy that. I've got to stop saying as well. Let's talk about my little project that I'm chatting about. So Patreon have already seen some little behind the scenes. I'm not going to show you guys anything now, but I can tell you about it. So in my garden, let's go back a few years. I don't know what year it is, 2025, probably 2019, 2020. My wife and I spent a lot of time in the garden. Like when we moved in, it was just grass and there was a tiny little shed in the corner. Since then, we've put a fence around it to keep it nice, like a little picket fence. Built a bloody great shed down the bottom. We've had ponds. I reckon on pond number 6 at the moment. So we started off with like a little Belfast sink, and then I sunk it in the ground, and then we took the Belfast sink out and dug another pond, and then that pond got expanded and had like a little pond on top of it, and then it had a waterfall as well. And then I built the shed, so we got rid of that pond and then moved the pond to the pond we're on now. The pond we're on now, and to be fair, the garden was lovely. So we had like vegetable beds, there was flowers everywhere. We spent a lot of time in the garden. It was great. And the last 5 years, it's sort of life's been lifing. It's all a bit dilapidated, looking a bit tired. Plants are dead. Pond was so. I'm redoing the garden. I'm vlogging the whole thing. The main subject of the vlog is a wildlife pond. So at the moment, I've got a small pond that's about 1 metre by 1/2 metre by 3 foot deep, or by 9 centimetres deep. And it's all right, but it started to leak. And it's not what I imagined it to be when I did it, and I've never really been happy with it. So I'm digging up the garden. I'm building a massive wildlife pond. It's like nearly 3 metres wide. It's 1.5 metres, maybe 2 metres deep, and it's going to be 1.2-ish metres deep. Sorry, that's not right. Three wide. What's that if that's the depth? I don't know. Anyway, building a massive wildlife pond, massive for the garden. I'm really looking forward to it. We did have fish in the other pond. I've given those away. And this pond is going to be solely for wildlife. So hopefully we'll find some, hopefully it'll attract frogs, newts. I found some frogs and newts in there when I was emptying this one. Lots of dragonfly larvae, all that sort of stuff. I like to keep it as simple as possible. So there's not going to be any filtration. There will be a waterfall just to help oxygenate the water, but I'm not doing filtration because then it gets expensive. I don't want it to be expensive. The waterfall is going to be solar powered. So yeah, it should be completely self-sufficient, eco-friendly, and hopefully draw some really cool stuff in. Like we get a lot of birds where I am anyway. I quite like we're in a village and it's quite built up, but not far away as farmland. So hopefully it'll bring some cool stuff in. I can do some pond dipping for a video maybe in the future, but at the moment I'm digging a hole in the garden and it's knackering because I'm fat and old, and I didn't realise how difficult digging a hole is. It's been a while. But yeah, that is the plan. So far, video 1 is made and edited and actually on YouTube, but not released yet. So Patreons will be getting that maybe this week at some point. Video 2, I'm halfway through videoing. And then video 3, I don't know how many parts it's going to be. It's a problem. I don't want to do like a Red to Reptiles and have a 26-part series because I don't want to lead you on. But there needs to be stages. So first stage was prepping it. Second video is going to be digging it, maybe filling it as well, I don't know. And then I want to dress it, so it'll be like logs, like rotting wood for newts and bugs and beetles and stuff to get in. There'll be like a small rockery area, maybe a larger rockery area. Maybe it'll entice some slow worms, maybe even common lizards. I know there are common lizards like a little far away. I don't know how far they travel, but it'd be cool. So yeah, wildlife pond is like big project of the year, I guess. Other projects, podcast related. I know I redid the studio last year at some point to make like a standalone studio. I'm not happy with the studio, so at some point I'm going to rip that all out and start from scratch again, because the studio, although it's functional, it's too small. I can't do what I want in there. I can't have like the background that I want, and it's annoying me. Hence why the last couple have been in the kitchen and the living room, because it's just easier at the moment, and I can't get in the shed. That's a nightmare. Let's have a look. Comments. Could you get Dave Sharp on the podcast? Maybe. I don't know. I can definitely ask. I will add it to my notes right now, and I will approach him. What's the notes for podcast? Oh, pushing the wrong buttons. There we go. Oh, come on. Dave Sharp. Right, yeah, I'll ask. Next question. Let me know if you want some cool pond plants. I can hook you up. I want some cool pond plants. I don't want anything that I have to do a lot of maintenance with. At the moment, I have got some irises and a little water lily, but the water lily is pretty battered. I'm going to repot it, and it might be all right, it might not. I don't know, but yeah, and I've got some like the oxygenating weed stuff. But if you've got any cool plants that would be good around the edge of the pond to help sort of blend it, that would be really helpful. Or like mosses, that sort of thing for the waterfall. DM me on Instagram and we can go from there, but that would be sick. So yeah, that's outside. What I've got coming up inside. So obviously reptiles, you've seen the Gill and I build. I did that 2 years ago now, I think. Aki below me. I love these two vivs. This is the Viper geckos. I've just redone it. I like it. It needs a background, but I haven't got the time to do it at the moment. But I'd like to do a background for the Viper geckos. This one is the morning geckos. So this is a 45, 45, 45. Above it is a 45, 45, 60. I'm tempted to do a background in the bigger viv and move all the morning geckos into the bigger viv. Because I'm always going to have an empty viv for hatchlings. So be it the slightly larger one or the slightly smaller one, hatchlings could go in one of them. But it'd be nice to do a build for one of these at some point. Talking of viv builds, upstairs we've got 5 white tree frogs and a vivarium that is just waiting to be built. So the viv is a Komodo chameleon enclosure, which is like 75 centimeters wide, 18 inches deep, 3 foot tall, 90 centimeters, whatever it is. It was rusty and ruined when I got it. I've replaced all the sides with wood. The viv is now done. It's varnished. It's ready to be built. I'm very lucky in the sense that I've been sent loads of stuff from Sam at SW Exotics. Again, is this hashtag ad or just hashtag talking about the hashtag future ad? I don't know. Hashtag advert just in case. So yeah, Sam at SW Exotics has sent me loads of stuff, and I was also very kind to receive a care package from Habitat as well. So I've got lots of Habitat goodies. And to be fair, most of the stuff that Sam sent me was also Habitat. So loads of goodies to make this white tree frog viv. So that will be a video coming up at some point once I find the time to do it. The frogs are my daughters, so we'll be doing it together. She'll be helping do the viv, do the video. So yeah, she's not very confident on camera, so finding the time to do it where she's in a good mood, where she wants to be on camera is difficult. And I'm doing a bloody great hole in a pot in the garden. So we'll get there. It'll be fine. Apart from that, is there anything else going on? I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it. Going herping when I can. Obviously do herping videos when I've been herping. Reptiles, not really much going on with them. Aki's loving life. Morning geckos are producing baby morning geckos like rabbits, I guess, because that's what they do. Viper geckos, I haven't got any eggs yet this year. It's too early, probably. Not really sure what's going on with them. Gil and I've seen a lot of like love making. There is now a nest box in here. Whether I get any eggs, don't know, but it's a possibility. Ben's lesbian army is my little lesbian army in here. I saw someone yesterday refer to them as lesbians because they're lesbian lizards. I quite like that. Yeah, so they're good. Nothing else. The tortoises that I thought were a pair turns out are actually 2 girls. So I need a male, but I haven't got space for another tortoise table. So if I get a male, he'll have to live in the 2 tortoise tables and just swap around when he's being a sex pest. Chameleons loving life. Cresties are loving life. Leopard geckos loving life. Is that all the animals I've got? Scorpion loving life. Got rehoused today. So yeah, that's it. I think we're at the end of the podcast. Unless anybody's got any questions, that I'm checking now. I don't think is that what I want to cover today. I think so. I think we're there. Like I said, I didn't really have a plan for this one, but it's nice to come on. But is Ben loving life? Yeah, I am loving life. Life is hard sometimes. Doesn't mean it's not good. Roof over my head, food in my belly, family loves me, animals, car, good job, all that sort of stuff. And obviously, they brought the dance back on Call of Duty. and they added casual mode. So now I don't get shot by sweaty people, and I can just play Call of Duty, and I love it. And final question: am I taking Paul away this evening? I don't know, Fee. Am I allowed to take Paul away this evening? Vicky's taking the dogs out with Esme, and no doubt she'll be going to bed soon. And it's bank holiday weekend, so there's so much time free. So yes, if Paul is, if I can play Call of Duty with Paul, that'd be great. Thank you. Right, that's the end of the podcast. I'm rambling, just talking absolute waffle now. If you want to know more about the podcast, go to @ReptiChat. It's right there on the screen. There on the screen on Instagram. If you want to know more about species, you can go to where.species on Instagram or go to www.wherespecies.co.uk. Yeah, that's it. I've been Ben McIntyre. This has been a ReptiChat podcast, and I will see you in. When do I see you? In 2 weeks' time. I love you. Bye.